We are live with Lunch Break Live. We got the Plant Chics in the kitchen here. What are you making today?
We are making some Mexican lasagna. You ready to get cooking?
I am ready to get cooking. See
Let's
this right
do
here?
it.
Sweet potatoes, pico. So this is how we're going to begin. This is the first part of our dish. I took some sweet potatoes and I'm about to finish mashing them. You want to make sure your sweet potatoes are nice and mashed for a sweet potato mash. Sweet potatoes are great. They have tons of vitamins and minerals. They have great fiber in there, so it's super delicious. It doesn't have the skin on this one, just for this dish, but we usually like it with the skin.
Oh,
So.
yeah.
All right, so you're going to take Hatch enchilada sauce.
So I am actually from New Mexico. I went to college at University of New Mexico, and Hatch is in New Mexico. Hatch has the best chilies, and green chilies are delicious. But for this dish, we love the red chili sauce. You've actually made it with the green before.
The green is really good, yes. So what you're going to do is take 1 can of the Hatch enchilada chili sauce, and you're going to mix it together. So that way it provides like this really creamy, yummy, delicious base. So this is going to be one of the base for the Mexican lasagna. You know how like regular lasagna has like ricotta, and you can put that in there and you put vegetables. This is the same thing.
But better.
But better.
Not only for your body, but in taste as
And
well.
taste. So once that is done, we shredded some jackfruit right here. We all love some jackfruit. And we're going to put this in here. Make it super easy. So we have enchilada sauce, sweet potatoes, sweet potatoes, and Hatch and jackfruit. So all together.
And we don't need any extra seasonings like salt or cumin or anything like that, pepper, nothing, because this literally, like the enchilada sauce has everything. The taste is so yummy. And then the sweet potatoes, oh, it's just like the perfect combination.
Yes. So there you have it, like this mash. It almost looks like, what does it look like? Like a spaghetti thing. No.
It looks like a little spaghetti-esque.
But you can smell the Mexican flavors of the Hatch. It's just so delicious. So that's all you need are those 3 ingredients. Hatch, let me do this again. Hatch, jackfruit, and a sweet potato. Boom. That's done for the first part of the recipe. Jackie, take it away.
So now I am going to put together the corn and black bean relish. We usually use like a cup of black beans. You can cook your black beans in the Instant Pot, or if you're lazy like we are today, we are using the Whole Foods brand, but it's low sodium, BPA-free can. And we actually put the beans in a colander and rinse them so there's like everything is off. So we just put all the beans. So it's either a cup or a can. We love our beans. Literally, we eat beans every day. So we're going to add the whole beans into the relish. Next is 1 cup of corn. You can use fire roasted corn. You can use whatever corn you want. Today, we're actually using sweet corn. This is going to be a really tasty treat. So this is a cup. Put it in there. And then next is pico. Now, if y'all want to get crazy and cut up your lettuce, your tomatoes, onions, cilantro, jalapenos, you can do that. Or if you're like us and we want to be healthy in a hurry, we just get the whole container pre-cut, pre-diced, pre-everything from Whole Foods. Dump that bad boy in there. Can you smell it?
I know. It smells like
so good. So good. And then the secret sauce. We're back to the Hatch green chilies. I'm telling you, these are so good. And Marcia, you don't like a lot of spice, right?
No, I don't like anything hot. So
I do.
she does. I gotta find a good medium.
That's right. And this is really good. And like when we have the Mexican lasagna,
Which is good. I got the mild. So you guys, this Hatch, if you're watching, please sponsor the Plant Chics and Jane Unchained. Sponsor the show. No, I was kidding. Okay, so you can get mild, medium, or hot. I picked mild because I'll be eating this, but it depends on your family member. Medium is okay for both. I've had medium as well, but if you like super spicy.
I would probably do medium. If I was doing this at home for me and my husband, we would probably do medium. I don't know that we do spicy, but that's a good options, right? So now I'm just going to stir it up. Again, don't have to add any salt. Don't need to add any cumin. Don't need to add any kind of seasonings or spices or anything because everything's in here, like with these onions, the cilantro, the green chilies. This is
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos. So there is a little kick to this, even though it's technically a milder version, because the little jalapenos.
It'll blend well with all of this together.
Yeah. All right. So that's literally, this is the sweet corn relish, or not the sweet corn, sorry, the black bean corn relish.
Yep. And then this is like the jackfruit sweet potato mash. So,
and then,
like, what do you call that? No.
Exactly. That sounds good to me. And then we also get corn tortillas. Now, this is one of the things that we like to do when we look at corn tortillas. Do you ever make your own corn tortillas?
I did back in the day, yes.
She actually grew up, she lived in Spain.
I'm half Hispanic, so we grew up with making tortillas. We had a tortilla press on our countertop.
And she's told me stories, and I would love to like see you guys. I would love to go to your house.
We make tamales, like we're talking 1,000 tamales. You know,
literally.
Yeah,
thousands.
There's 6 of us, so we can eat a lot of tamales.
I love it. But literally, when we get corn tortillas, you want to look at the ingredient list, and we like as few ingredients as possible. This one only has water, organic whole white corn, organic yellow corn, masa flour, and that's it. That's pretty good. So what we do,
okay, so you're going to have a second little can of Hatch right here. And what I do is I like just to coat the bottom. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Just coat the bottom of your Instant Pot. So we're going to cook this casserole in the Instant Pot. We call lasagna, Mexican casserole, Mexican lasagna, whatever you want to call it. So as long as it's coated, and then Jackie, you're going to put a tortilla, lay that on the bottom. I wish this was clear in glass so you could see it.
I know, Instant Pot. Take note.
Take note.
No, but one of the reasons we put a little bit of the enchilada sauce down on the bottom is because we don't like to cook with oil. You know, we do every once in a while. But this makes it so the corn tortilla does not stick to the bottom, and it's used in place of the.
So it just lays flat at the bottom. Okay, it has some kind of coating on there. So what we're going to do for the first layer, I'm going to do the first layer, Jackie's going to do the second, and then we're going to pile it on. So it's just like you would make a lasagna, the same thing, put your ingredients in the middle. So instead of the noodle, we're actually having a corn tortilla. So here's the jackfruit sweet potato mix, and then we're going to coat it all over the bottom, well, on the top of the tortilla, but this is going to be the bottom of the lasagna. So whichever way you look at it. And we like to look at things different ways. So it's all good. So I have a layer of this on the, so it's tortilla, sweet potato, jackfruit.
And now the black bean and corn relish. And I'm going to be a little, generous. Marcia did such a better job for staying on the corn tortilla. This is like when you're coloring in a coloring book, and I am clearly coloring outside the lines.
It's all good. It'll taste the same when it's done, right? Okay, so she put that layer on the top. And then we're going to put another corn tortilla. And what we're going to do is just keep layering until we have finished as much as we can put on top.
Yep.
Until it actually just falls down. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of fixing that. Jackie?
Yeah, girl. No, apparently I'm not like,
you guys
are following the rules today.
This is an Instagram perfect. This is Facebook Live perfect. No, I was kidding. Just kidding.
All right, now it's my turn with the black bean and corn relish. This is so good. I cannot wait for this to cook.
Yeah, another scoop.
Right, I know.
Keep scooping it.
Wait, a little bit more right there.
Yes.
I know, we need to get like a camera right up here so you can see.
I know, right? We need a second camera person. Okay, so again, you're just going to keep layering. And you're going to be drooling for sure. I can smell it.
I know, it smells so good. That's the one thing with social media. They need to figure out how to get like a smell button, because the food, could you imagine like all these different food posts we have? Forget about it.
Oh my goodness.
You are so fabulous. It's so much fun to watch you cooking this. Welcome, everybody. If you're just joining us, a lot of people are chiming in saying, this is so much fun. Look at these cute gals over here. Plant Chics. We have Jackie and Marzia. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, Marzia, yeah.
Marzia, yeah. And they're wondering, okay, there is a question. Could you bake this in a tray? Somebody's wondering, just want to know, Tom is asking that. Yeah.
Yes, you would bake it at 400 for about 30 minutes. So yes, you can. I like to do like cheat sheet, like with Instant Pot is like my go-to these days. I used to bake everything. I'm a big baker, but when I got my Instant Pot, I switched from baking the oven to my Instant Pot. So, but yes, you could totally make this in the oven.
One more?
Yep, one more. Let's do it.
It's getting tall in here.
Oh my
Gosh,
God.
and then, okay, so how many layers are we doing here?
Let's see. How many are in there?
We are on our 5th layer.
5th layer. And you can make this as tall or short as you want. But this is like 5. It's going to be about this tall.
And literally because I made this at home as well. Marcia, this is like one of her and Keith. They make this like once a week. But literally, you stack it until you are out of one or both of the ingredients, or you reach the max capacity line on the Instapot.
And whatever you have left, just keep it. Like of the relish, usually a little bit more. We put it on the top. So that's kind of like a little saver for later.
So we're done with the sweet potato portion. So now we always finish it with a corn tortilla. Go ahead, you take over.
So that's it. We're going to top it off. I know you guys saw me in the corn tortilla. That's how high it is, lasagna. And then, yeah.
No.
You're like, don't you dare turn it over on me now.
The corn tortillas do not take up the entire
Okay,
inners
so
of the Instant
you can
Pot.
have a spring form pan that fits in the Instant Pot. I don't have one. I've never had a spring form pan. Some people will do it that way if they make lasagnas and casseroles. But I'm like, you can even make this in a baking dish flat, a glass one, and rip up the tortillas. They don't have to be in a circle. You can just lay tortillas down, mash it, break them up and lay tortillas down. That's how I grew up. That's what we did. We take a tortilla, cut it in half, and we'd layer them across and just build it up on the glass dish until it's this big. But when
Like a cake.
Like a cake, yeah. So and just like you would do lasagna, like
Yeah.
when you make a lasagna, you do the noodles and you break them and stuff. Yeah, same concept, but in the glass thing. But when I got Instant Pot, we like to try fancy things. We got like, ooh, Instant Pot came out. We tried it and see if it works here, and it did. And I just kept it in that form of the tortillas, just like the casserole, and it worked. So there you go. Okay, we're gonna take the second one of this hatch, and what we're gonna do is just pour it and drizzle it. And you do want to use the rest of it because there's going to be the sauce, this enchilada sauce that you're going to scoop and want to pour it on. Like, I don't know about you, like when you make a lasagna, I like extra marinara sauce on there. So this is like having that extra marinara sauce, and you're just going to use it all, and that's it. So that is the dish, literally, boom. Now we're going to take this, put it in an Instant Pot, and my favorite setting on the Instant Pot is push rice. So you'll see the little button, you'll push, it says rice. It cooks it for like 12 minutes. So it's actually pretty fast, but there's a steaming process and then a little letdown process. But in all, it's actually really easy to make. So
I think that's how heavy is that? You could do weightlifting with.
it's not that heavy, so it's really not that heavy.
You girls made that look so simple and so fun. I have to bring it home too. That is so lit. So you girls are going to be telling us now, what about your Let's Get Lit program? I'm so excited, everybody. This is like a first time with Lunch Break Live. We watch them now while this is cooking. We're going to learn about the other side of these amazing women who bring recipes to people who are constantly cooking, who are in Clubhouse, explaining how to eat plant-based and what is happening here. Okay, girls, take it away. It's all yours while we wait for the food to finish. And we're going to see the finished product, but take it away, girls. All yours.
Okay, so we have our brand new program that we have recently launched. It's called Let's Get Lit. And lit is the opposite of that high impact, bouncing around, jumping around. It's low impact interval training. This is so amazing. So, I am 51. I'll be 52 on June 16th, just in case you want to send me a Facebook message, wish me a happy birthday. I'm just kidding. No, but literally, I'm just over like a lot of bouncing. I do like running every once in a while, but that's about the most I like to do high impact stuff. So we created low impact interval training. Marcia was actually, you talk about the study, but Marcia was reading a study and she called me. She's like, Jackie, We have got to look at this. So you go ahead and tell us.
Yeah, so I've been a personal trainer for about 17 years and a health coach. I get different certifications every year. I have too many certifications to count. And I love real science. And they actually came out with a study, the Annals of Medicine.
Internal medicine.
Of internal medicine, sorry, I'm like going so fast now. Annals of Internal Medicine. And they compared HIIT people to LIT people. So people who did HIIT, high intensity, people who did low impact. And actually at the end of the study, they concluded that LIT is just as effective as HIIT, but done a little bit longer. So maybe 10 or 20 minutes longer. And it, for low impacts is great for somebody who is overweight, obese, somebody who's 65 plus, maybe you're pregnant.
50.
Yeah, just older. Maybe you have injuries, like old injuries. I used to do bodybuilding and fitness. I was a fitness competitor. All that heavy lifting puts a lot of pressure on your joints. I mean, I was lifting crazy amount of weights back in the day. When you're bodybuilding, you do put a lot of pressure, and then just training for these competitions to build muscle and stuff. So my back hurts from that. I have shoulder injury, and so after a while, I'm 46. I'll be 47 too. We're getting late 40s, early 50s here. After a while, your body's like, you know what? Tap out. Like, I want to work out. I want to be healthy, but let's not do this as aggressive. You can't do this like you were in your 20s and 30s. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen.
True.
Some people can, right? Some people can, but you know your limits. I don't want to be that person that's out because I, took my ego like, oh, I could do that. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm out for 4 or 5 months because I did something stupid. You know what I mean? Like my hamstring. I know people that do like CrossFit and they get into it, then they injure themselves, right? Or maybe they went to a high impact class. And I've heard of a few, they've been to Orange Theory or F45, went straight into it without preparing for something like that. And they've injured themselves, like their ankles or their knees, for months and even years. And I'm a personal trainer, so I see this stuff all the time. Anytime you're new or you're maybe switching a program, going from one exercise to a different, maybe you've been running and you never lifted weights. There's a period in between where you have to prep your body for it. It needs to know what you're about to do. You just can't get into an exercise that you've never done. And all of a sudden you're doing 100 burpees and you've never done one burpee in your life. People do this all the time. So low impact is a great segue if you're looking to do high impact, or maybe you just don't want to do high impact. Low impact is for you.
And it's fun, it's effective. One of the things, so we've had several women go through at least one round of LIT. We've got several women who are on their 4th and their 5th round of LIT. These women, so you get over 30, you get 30 workouts in our Let's Get Lit program, over 100 plant-based recipes. You get 4 weeks of mindset workbooks, and we have an incredible community here on Facebook. It's called the Plant Chics Tribe. So you have all the incredible support of not just the two of us, but also our Plant Chics Tribe. So it's so much fun. And the women, they're like, I didn't know I could work out this much, because we have literally 6 days of working out every day. And then on the 7th day, not what you're thinking, we don't say rest. We actually were like, let's get outside. Let's go for a walk. Let's ride bikes. Let's do something active.
Active living. Active living.
Yes. Grounding. I live in Miami. I live on the beach. And one of my favorite things to do is ride my bike over to the beach and literally walk barefoot on the beach and do some grounding. It's so powerful. Reconnects you to Mother Nature. And it's just beautiful to get outside and get that fresh air. So literally, you're working out every day. They're not like crazy long. It's anywhere between 20 minutes and 40 to 50 minutes of working out every day. And then you're going to come into the kitchen and make delicious food, just like what we're making here. You feel amazing. You've got so much energy. And then you've got the incredible community of the Plant Chics Tribe, like lifting you up, supporting you, and holding you accountable. It's amazing.
Yes. Look at her earlier. She's like, ah, she goes. So a lot of people want to know what's the difference between HIIT and LIT. So we're going to show you a difference. So in HIIT, you guys know what a jump squat is, right? So in HIIT, a jump squat, like I've literally got jeans and I'm barefoot. But let me show you. You're going to jump up, down, jump up, down, jump up. In LIT, we don't put pressure on your hips, knees, or your ankles. You're going to get down into the jump squat, but you're not going to jump. You're going to squat and you're going to come up on your toes, down on your toes. You're just going to do a little faster. But if you have weights, it could be heavier, 10, 15, 20 pounds. That's where the intensity comes in. You're going to hold some intensity and go, right? Maybe you want to put on your jump squat, you're going to put this ankle band,
Booty band. band.
Well, booty band, ankle band,
Right.
and you just put it over here, so you put pressure. That way you're able to get into the squat, and it adds more resistance into your squat. Take some weight. You're
Oh, you
gonna
have a shoulder press with it.
shoulder press.
This is called a compound exercise. We have these throughout all of our workouts. So you're working your glutes, your quads, your shoulders, your core. You're always working your core in everything we do.
I love it. There's so many ways like this. You guys, there's a burpee, right? Who loves a burpee? I don't know anybody who loves a burpee. Do you?
I did a 30-day burpee challenge, 25 burpees a day, and they were the high impact ones. So here's one of the things I learned about my 30 days of burpees. I still hate high impact burpees. Now these lit burpees, that's another story. I can do those. Now I would demo them, but you guys, I am Miss Short. I'm the pint size plant chick, and I have wedges on, so that might get kind of ugly if I'm trying to do something.
You're off the hook. You're off the hook for that.
No, you can't see what I'm saying. You're going to take the bounce out of the burpee. So you're just going to go up on your toes, touch up, come down to the ground, put your feet out, bring it up. you just take the bounce out.
Oh my God, I'm dying laughing.
Okay. This is so much fun. And wait, before you move on, can we show the salsa again? Because I want to remind people this is a cooking show. So we did make this beautiful corn, bean. Tell us what's in there.
This is the black bean corn relish, and literally there is a can or a cup of black beans, a cup of corn. You can have fire roasted sweet corn, whatever you want. And we used a container of pico de gallo and a can of mild hatch green chilies. It was literally, this bowl was almost full, like probably up to here. And we used most of it in this bad boy that's cooking right now.
But there's also a sweet potato jackfruit enchilada mixture that we did. It was like a mash that we also put it on there. So we're making a Mexican lasagna. I would say compared to a regular lasagna, you know how you use your noodles and you start layering like your vegan ricotta and then you put your vegetables. Well, yes, I know. That's the Italian way. But the Mexican way, you're using tortillas to layer it. So we have tortillas on the bottom. Then you put your sweet potato enchilada little sauce like on there. And then we put the relish on the top of that. Then the corn tortilla, sweet potato mash, corn relish, and you keep going. You know, just keep layering it up. You can bake this in the Instant Pot like we are doing right now, but typically it is actually made in a glass casserole, was it in a container, but a bakeware dish, whatever.
Okay. Do you have a cake pan?
I do. Yes.
Hold, please. We're going to show you because you can, instead of, if you don't want to cook it in an Instant Pot, or if you don't have an Instant Pot, you could put it in a, what size is that? Something by 12.
Oh, a 9 by 12.
9 by 12.
Yeah, 9 by 12. That's what it is. Yeah, so it's super. This is what I usually make it in, and you can bake it at, and it depends on your oven. Ovens may vary, 375 to 400 for about 30 minutes, 40 tops. But yeah, so it's super easy, simple to make. We literally did it like in 5 or 10 minutes. We were chatting, but usually if I'm at home, I just do it by myself. I'm like, everything's in 5 minminutes, and voila.
Do you know what we need to do?
You know,
we cut up some avocado and cilantro.
Oh.
Ooh, well, I want to say, I want to say that I know I realized whoop there is that, you know what I realize, while you're cooking this, you can be doing this lit program.
What is it costs?
Yeah.
It takes 20 minutes. Yes, and our program is 20 minutes. You can be 20 minutes working out, come back and eat.
Okay, perfect. So
Okay.
how can people find you? And also, I wanted to make mention that you said that this is a whole food, plant-based dish. So I wanted to actually make a note about that and have you kind of share a little bit about that while we probably only have a few more minutes for it to be ready. We're very excited. Instant Pot ready Mexican lasagna. So tell us why you are a proponent of the whole food, plant-based lifestyle.
So my personal reason for being real, why I came to this way of living is I'm a registered dietitian by training, and the dietitian that trained me back in the late 80s, early 90s, actually early 90s. She was vegan. Plant-based wasn't a word back then, but she introduced me to Dean Ornish, T. Colin Campbell, Caldwell Esselstyn. These are all like the fathers of plant-based nutrition and plant-based medicine. So I've always had an interest and I've always known about this. And it's been interesting to see over the past 30 years, all of the research that has come out in support of living a plant-based lifestyle. So with that being said, one of the reasons I was interested in this, because I was vegetarian when the dietitian trained me, and I did try being vegan, but I loved my dairy and I couldn't give up dairy at the time. But what happened is I've got a lot of history of heart disease in my family. My grandmother had CHF, died from CHF, congestive heart failure. My grandfather ended up with diabetes, but ended up dying from heart disease. My father, just last year, he had quadruple bypass surgery. Our what that is, this is not, well, genetics load the gun, but our lifestyle pulls the trigger. Marcia and I both, our genetic profile is not good. She's got other health histories in her family. I've got a ton of heart disease in my family, but I wanted to change my lifestyle because I don't want to have heart disease. I don't want to die from a heart attack. I want my health span to be very long, and my last 10 years of life, I want them to be vibrant and amazing, and I want to feel great, which is definitely possible. But with my family, they haven't changed their lifestyle. I've got a lot of obesity in my family. So to a very long answer to your question, Paige, is I came to this lifestyle because I want to change the fate of my genes, and I'm doing that. And I feel so good. I'm 51. I really do feel amazing. My labs look amazing. I feel amazing. And this whole like SOS free, salt, oil, and sugar free way of living that we live, most of our meals are SOS free, salt, oil, and sugar free, because added salt, oil, and sugars can lead to different chronic diseases. So this is just the healthiest way of eating. But let me tell you, flavor, this is so delicious. There is not short on flavor. Marcia and I love to eat. We are not going to eat any kind of bland food. We like tasty, we like delicious, and this will not disappoint. So why did you go plant-based?
Well, I just want to say, touching on that, change your plate, change your fate. Okay. So listen, this is the good thing about what we do right here. You, like she said, the genetics load the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger. Your lifestyle makes up like 85% of your, your genes, right? Your lifestyle.
Yeah, about 80%.
But depending on the person, right? Some of us are going to have it naturally. So same thing in my family. Everyone has chronic illnesses and diseases, and they accept it as normal. My grandfather died of cirrhosis of the liver, drinking. My grandmother smoked. Okay, these are lifestyle things. Think about this. Smoked. She had lung cancer. And then my grandfather ate too much. My other one, he had a heart attack he was overweight. He was actually obese. So again, I'm watching, I didn't realize that back then. I'm like, oh, my grandma died of lung cancer. So my grandfather died of this. And you think of it like it's normal because they were older, but they could have lived a longer, healthier life had they not smoked, had they not drank, had they not overeaten processed foods. So now I'm at this place I can analyze it and look, because I didn't know this growing up as a kid, but I do know this now. I'm like, whoa, like this is incredible. Like I'm looking at how my family is dying, and everybody has died of some type of chronic illness or disease that they brought on themselves. And you're just like, obviously my grandma's been smoking for like 60. She died at 74, but she started smoking when she was 15. So from 15 to 74, that's a long time smoking, and that was her fate. And so it's just really incredible to see, like, it makes you think, I just thought, oh no. And I actually had my own health scare. I was actually a fitness competitor. I was not on processed food. I was eating whole foods with a lot of meat, lots and lots of meat. I was eating animal protein because I was trying to build those muscles for stage and all, the competitor world. And I was eating 5 times a day. I was eating animal protein with fruits and vegetables, well, minimal fruits, but more vegetables, some healthy fats like avocados and oils and stuff like that. And I wasn't eating processed, but at the end of the day, I landed in the hospital 3 different times to get my kidney stones lasered. This is what I learned about myself. Very high protein on my body. I'm 5'9", 145 pounds. I thought I needed to eat 1 times of protein times my body weight, right? So I was eating 145 grams of animal protein a day to put on muscle. And I thought meat equated to muscle, and it really is protein. And working out, there's so many factors that equate to muscle. It's not meat does not equal muscle. I actually had that, when you're a personal trainer in the beginning of my personal training career, I was not a very good personal trainer. I wasn't educated. I got the certification, started training people. And I thought, I knew it all. And I listened to too many personal trainers that pass on bro science. And I would say this is bad science, like myth, urban legends being passed down from personal trainer to personal trainer. And then they pass the torch to me. And I'm leading with this false information, like you have to eat a lot of meat to put on, to put on muscle, to lose fat, yada, yada, yada. But I end up with kidney stones, and I learned that my body does not like to process kidney stones. I just don't pass them. I'm in so much pain, and if you guys ever had it, we won't go in details. I had to get them lasered, and my third time, I was actually landed in the registered dietitian's office because they knew it was my diet. And this is another stunning thing that I learned, my aha moment, was when I was sitting there, she not only saw a lot of fitness and bodybuilding people in her office for kidney stones for that reason, she saw Atkins people that were on the Atkins diet were getting kidney stones left and right because of the high protein, low carb, except for the Atkins people were eating bacon and cheese. I was not. I did not even touch that stuff. She said, you have a cleaner version of the Atkins diet. Yours is a lot cleaner. And at the time, she diagnosed me with orthorexia, which was like, I was super healthy and super eating clean, but it was not a good feeling because I never even heard the term orthorexia. This was a very big epic moment in my life where it changed where I am today. This is actually 11 years ago. So here I am 11 years later, and I gave up the diet, and I've been on this whole food plant-based lifestyle, thriving. And guess what? No kidney stones, guys.
And that low protein diet is really closer to the recommended, the RDA for protein. So I was calculating, you were close to 145 grams of protein. The RDA is about 53 for a woman who's 45 pounds or 145 pounds. So, I mean, just the emphasis on protein for life in general is way overstated. All the food, if you're eating a variety of plants, like what we recommend in the Plant Chics lifestyle, you're going to get ample protein. You don't have to count your protein.
No, these are healing foods. You want to heal yourself.
Okay, so wait for it, everybody. The Mexican lasagna is going to be ready any moment. I feel it, right?
Oh,
Are we super?
Okay, this is the fun part.
Oh yeah, let's
You
wait for it.
I did.
Woo! Here, you want this? Are you going to take the whole thing?
No, I'm going to take this.
Amazing. Now, I wanted to remind everybody that this printable recipe and hundreds more are available on janeonjane.com. You can head over there. Also, we're going to put the links for where you can find these ladies in the story right after this. Plus, you'll be able to go over to janeonjane.com, and there'll be a story there with this included, and the recipe all available on janeonjane.com. Okay, everybody, the big reveal. Dun, 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 dun. And I see that you cut up, what is that? Cilantro and avocado as well.
Yes. Okay, got a lasagna look.
Oh my gosh. What? So that took about 12, maybe 13 minutes, would you say?
Yes. See those layers?
Look at those layers. Just delectable, delicious, scrumptious. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So you can just chat with the girlfriend, do a lit workout. And there you have it. And then we can put some extra relish to put on top to garnish. Make it a little easy, just a little fun flavor, like a little pico. So you have pico, guac, and there you have it. That is our Mexican lasagna. Whole food, super delicious. You don't need to add SOS, salt, sugar, oil free, nothing. It is nothing.
Right, it's so good.
It is SOS, everybody. And we're going to get lit with these girls, the Plant Chics. Everybody, thank you for joining us, Annette and Liz and Tom.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Loved being here.
Paige?
Did we lose you?
I feel like Paige is zeroed out.
There we go.
Technology, right? Okay, and we are saying goodbye now for everyone here who's been watching. This has been an incredible show. Incredible. Thank you for watching, everybody, on Lunch Break Live, and we will see you next time. Be sure to follow Plant Chics now. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.